Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. I'm Ainul Umairah binti Jamaluddin from CS14331C. Today I'll tell you guys, not today. At this video, I'll tell you guys about my experience during ODL session. Since our country is being hit by pandemic COVID-19, I think every single person in this country being affected because of that virus. So because of that, most of students need to face online learning session. So stay tuned.
Sehubungan itu, kerajaan telah memutuskan tempoh Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan akan dilanjutkan sehingga 14 April 2020.
In December 2019, China notified the World Health Organization of several cases of human respiratory illness, a disease later named COVID-19.
Anda yang berada di kampung tak perlu bergegas balik ke Kuala Lumpur hujung minggu ini. Duduklah dulu di kampung dan jangan ke mana-mana. Anak-anak yang sepatutnya balik ke asrama tak perlu balik ke asrama lagi.
What is face-to-face learning? Face-to-face learning is where the teacher and the student meet in a set place for a set time, for either one-on-one learning or most commonly in group class lesson, similar to what happens in school. Face-to-face learning is a really effective way to learn knowledge and skills because it often combines different ways of learning, including writing, reading, discussion, and also presentation. What is online learning? Online learning is a form of education where students use their home computers through the internet. For many traditional students, among them all those who want to continue working full-time or raising families, online graduation and courses have become popular in the past decade. Often online graduation and course programs, some of which are conducted using digital technology, are provided via the internet learning portals of the host university. Hi guys, now I'll tell you about my experience during ODS session. There's a lot of application that we use to make our online learning session being smooth and everyone can understand what are lecturer teaching. Don't forget to watch. This is my first time in my life for having online classes. There are a lot of things that I need to face through the online session. The first thing is I get an assignment, tutorial about certain subject, and assignment through Google Classroom. Since I have 6 subjects that I took during this first semester, so I need to join 6 classrooms in this application. Actually, this application is very useful for me because the assignment in every subject are sorting nicely. The second one, the notes, tutorials, and assignment can be separate in different partitions. This is my classroom for Foundation of Geometry. This subject usually use video tutorial during PNP session. I can understand them clearly because the lecturer use a simple word and clear pronunciation. After the end of the video, the lecturer will give us some exercise to test our understanding. The second one is my classroom for static subject. This subject is also use video tutorial during PNP session, but the lecturer took the video from the YouTube, so sometimes I can't hear them clearly because of the accent and pronunciation. The last one is my classroom for ELC subject. This subject usually use Google Meet during the PNP session. In that session, we will have a video call. We can have a class such as face-to-face class and can ask either we understand or not during the session. This is UFuture application. UFuture application is for certain subject. The lecturer will use them to give us some work and to take note either we are present or absent during their class. This is my last experience during ODL session. For your information, this is the situation during our Google Meet session. We need to open our camera to make sure we are present at that time. This situation is very awkward for me because most of my friends are new for me. But that's not a big issue. I am enjoying having Google Meet during this session. What is the advantages? The first one is flexibility. Flexible learning provides students with full control and accountability for their learning. Rather than having to show up to a class as a requirement, they are able to decide and allocate their time for learning. This control not only allows them to coordinate their education around their commitments but ensure them are learning at the best time. The second one is online class lead self-discipline. It is because someone who is self-disciplined has the ability to control themselves and to make themselves work hard or behave in a particular way without needing anyone else to tell them what to do. The last one is online classes offer individual attention. It is because you have a direct pipeline to the instructor via email. You can get your question answered directly. Many students aren't comfortable asking questions in a class for fear of feeling stupid. The internet eliminates the fear as long as you feel comfortable with the instructor. How about disadvantages? The first one is lack of face-to-face communication prompts people absent of representing their verbal expression and using proper body language. Oral communication is a way to deliver information through verbal language which people organize and express by spoken voice message. The second one is the instructor will be focused to the theory rather than practice. It is because theoretical lectures are considerably easier to implement in an online learning environment than practical lectures. The last one is lack of communication. Lack of communication can ultimately lead to low morale because ineffective communication can create misunderstandings, missed opportunities, conflict, the dissemination of misinformation, and others. So that's all for me. For the conclusion, I prefer face-to-face learning rather than online learning because I'm an kinetic student. So if I do the face-to-face learning, I can move and ask lecturer when I want to do it. But if I face the online learning, it may be difficult for me for asking student for the some question that I'm not understanding. I'm sorry.